Oh, hi guys. I just have to start it that way every time now. I'm sorry. I was gonna say I don't make the rules, but I do, so. Well, welcome back. This is episode 4 of Okay, but listen. Apologies for my appearance today. We're going for kind of the homeless look. Um, maybe homely, maybe not homeless, but homely. Um, so sorry. So today is going to be kind of a fun one. I also just kind of want to start off by addressing the fact that this episode is a little bit later than originally planned. I was trying to do an episode a week, and obviously I'm not quite there. I'm definitely behind on that scale. But I just really felt like I just needed to take some time. I think it goes without saying that there's a lot of things happening in the world right now, and that on top of just some personal things that I've been dealing with, I just really needed to take some time, and I just want to be in the right headspace before I record it again. So we're back. We are back. We're so back. Um so okay, podcast number 4. What are we talking about? Well, originally when I had posted about this episode, I was gonna just kind of talk about dating and all aspects of it, but I realized that that would be a 4 hour long episode at the very least. So, Norman, can we not play hockey with the bone right now? Thank you. Okay. So I've narrowed it down to a specific topic, which is dating in your early 20s, specifically dating on or just using dating apps in your early 20s. Um so I will preface this by saying that I don't have a ton of experience on dating apps. Just period. Um but what I have experienced, I would love to chat about because I just feel like it's a situation that needs to be talked about a little bit more. Um so if, okay, let's just point out the fact that dating in general in your 20s is just hard, and I feel like it's even harder like trying to meet people that are of like-mindedness, I guess, because especially I should okay, actually let me back up. After you graduate college and you no longer have to be anywhere else every day other than work, unless you're in a workplace where dating is allowed and there's options at work, I really feel like it's really hard to meet people unless you are A, at the bars, B, at church, or you're on some sort of dating app. Am I wrong? I don't think so. This has been my experience, but maybe I am. Norman, would you like to say hi? Norman agrees. It's really hard to meet some good tail around here. Would you like to sit down? Sit down. You can join us. Sit. Oh, wow. Okay, so with that being said, the two apps that I have experience with are Tinder and Hinge. Now, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes because I tend to yap a little bit more than than needed if I don't. Um, yeah. Let's chat about Tinder. Um, so I use Tinder for like maybe 2 months, maybe. And I say that only because for some reason it like kept kicking me off. Like it wouldn't let me log into my account. Um and every time I would try to go into the app, it would make me create a new profile. So, if you see my profile on there multiple times, there should only be about 3 of them. Um, sorry. I don't know what happened and I can't access it. So, if you see me on there, I'm actually not on there. So, sorry to disappoint. Um, but with that being said, before it was being goofy and doing that, I feel like it's just kind of a joke. I feel like it's just kind of used for like at least when I was using it. It was more so just like something to help boost esteem because I was pretty single and just needed that little oomph, you know. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have to say about Tinder because I have heard some really amazing stories of and I know people personally who have met through Tinder and have a beautiful marriage and a lovely family and I'm not dissing on it. I'm not saying that Tinder is just a whatever. I think it can be used well or correct. I don't know. I don't really know what the verbiage would be on that, but I have seen success stories and that's great. And I love that for them, but it's not quite as a successful story in my situation. Um Especially when you find somebody on there that like you met. Sorry, Norman is playing golf at the moment. Um it's really hard when like you're talking to in my experience you meet somebody. I met somebody and they said they weren't on dating apps and then I saw them on Tinder. I wish I could say that story ended there. It's a little disheartening, but then again, I couldn't really be too mad because I was like, well, I found you on here, so and I'm obviously on here, so I can't even really be mad. But anyways, that goes without saying. Hinge. Let's talk about Hinge. I have way more experience on Hinge and way more things to chat about with Hinge. And yes, it's mostly beef because um can you okay, sir? Um Hinge at first when I got it seemed like such a lovely place. It seemed like the men on there were better. The options were more there were I don't know, I felt like I could showcase my personality a little bit more on there. Um I felt like I could read other people's personality a little bit better on there. And which brings me to all of my red flags. So, if you are a girly listening, please let me know if you agree or disagree, or if you have more things to add. I would love to hear them. And if you are not a girly, um, grab a notebook, grab a pen, because class is in session and you're going to want to take some notes. Okay. Um, First red flag of Hinge. Not of Hinge, people on Hinge, men on Hinge. When the first picture that I see on your profile is you shirtless. Yes, we all know what you're trying to do. And no, I'm not talking about those pictures at the lake with your family. I'm talking about those gym mirror selfies or those bathroom dimly lit shirtless pictures. That tells me your body is your personality and sorry. Thank you next. Um ooh, this is a good one. When the actual person with the account is ugly, but they have hot friends. So all of their pictures are them with their friends, and you can't tell which one is the actual person. Now here's my thing. I believe that there is somebody for everybody, and don't hide behind your friends. If you have better looking friends, that that doesn't don't hide behind them. Just present yourself for who you are. Leave your friends out of it. Your person will find you. You don't need to use your hot friends to attract people, okay? It's just it's wasting a lot of people's time. Okay. So, don't hide behind your friends. Present yourself for who you are. Don't waste my time. Thank you. Next. Okay. Ooh, pics with other women. Mm-mm. No. Sorry. If it's not blatantly obvious that it's your sister or even your mom, no. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's your first cousin, second cousin, third cousin, or Becky from down the street. If you have photos on there with other women, no. Thank you. Next. Okay. Um, ooh. Yeah. When you take the risk and you actually send a like to somebody and you end up matching with them, which love, Um and then they don't say anything because my personal preference, I'm not going to be the first one to reach out unless I'm like this one I want, which has only happened maybe once, twice. It's happened twice. And but my rule of thumb usually is I'm never the first one to reach out. That is the man's problem. For me, that's just my personal preference. So if I match with you and it just stays like that for days, if not weeks, I'm sorry, I'm unmatching. I'm done. We're done here. Like it's like Facebook Marketplace. When you ask if something's available and then you just never actually move forward with purchasing the item. That's how it feels. Okay. So, thank you. Next. Now these next ones are a little bit more personal, a little bit more tailored to my specific situation. But I've had people who obviously I have pictures on my profile of my dog. And obviously we know that my dog is not big. I was going to say my dog is not small. He's not small, he's tiny. And um when people send me a like and they include a comment referring to my dog as a rat, what kind of game do you think you got? Like, I genuinely, I wish I could ask those people. Like, what do you think the goal of that? Like, what is that goal? What, what do you think is going to come of that? You think I'm going to be impressed or intrigued or get a life? Okay, thank you. Next. Um, I have something on my profile as well about um liking the Lakers and being a fan of LeBron, which is important. I think it's important. If you're not if you're a LeBron hater, I don't think we're going to work out. I mean, maybe no, if you're a hater, cuz hate's a strong word. If you're a LeBron hater or a Lakers hater, I don't think we're going to get along. And the amount of times that I have had people slide up and make a comment about how MJ's the GOAT or just like hating on the Lakers or specifically LeBron. And again, same thing as last red flag. What is the goal of that? What is your game? Like what do you think is going to come of that? Even if you're not a fan, and just maybe not don't bring it up when a match is on the line. That because you making an insult to something I like is not like I really wish common sense was a lot more common because I to me that doesn't make sense. Like that's not gonna make me go like, oh ha ha, ha this guy must be funny. No. You just insulted something, whether you're joking or not. You just insulted something that I like. So you're out. Thank you next. Um Last one. I have a photo on there specifically to weed out the perps. And it is kind of a spicy picture. It's not anything crazy because, again, I'm not looking for just that kind of person, if you get what I'm putting down. But it is definitely we'll just go with spicy. It's a spicier picture. And I'm sorry, but if you go through my whole profile and that's the photo that you send me a like on, you're out. Sorry. Because I feel like I have some really interesting things on my profile. And if that's the one thing that you decide to slide up on, I know exactly what your intentions are and I know the exact kind of person that you are. And Godspeed, my friend, you know, um, I wish you well on your adventure to find fun. Um, I'm not your person. So if you find me on there, just know that picture is on there for a strategic reason. Um, it's a nice picture, but it's there for a reason. Anyways, that's my last red flag. So I'd like to just also kind of wrap this up with a pretty little bow and say that I have used and am currently using dating apps, but I don't know, something deep down in me just really doesn't want to meet my person on there. But I'm just in a really sticky place right now in life where I feel like it's just really hard to meet people unless I go out and I'm just like I don't go out every weekend and again I don't really know if I'm gonna meet my person at the bar either. And I don't know. And I'm not against that, honestly. I'm more against meeting my person on a dating app than I am at the bar, but because at least at the bar it's like in person and it's kind of organic. When you're on a dating app, it's like no hate to anybody who has met their person on there. Genuinely, I love that for you. I don't know, something in me just tells me that my person is not on there. So I'm literally this close to just deleting every account that at least I can log into to delete. So my Tinder might be floating on there for God knows how long, but I I don't know. I just really feel like I'm meant to meet somebody organically, not on the internet. And but if I meet them on Hinge or on wherever, you know what? Obviously, it's God's plan. Um but I probably will be deleting my profile slightly after this episode because this episode has kind of made me realize that like I'm just kind of over everybody on those apps and the kind of person that I'm looking for probably isn't on them. So, but that's also just like because obviously my age range is like around mine. So I think I have it set to like 22 to 28 or something like that, or 20, 27. I don't know, something like that, because I kind of like younger men. So that's why it's set like that. I don't know why I decided to include that, but yeah, so that's kind of where that's at. But so anyways, back to the main idea here. If you have found your person on a dating app, I honestly applaud you so much because I really don't feel like it's that easy. Um, I feel like it's just as hard to find somebody of substance on a dating app as it is to find somebody out in the wild, you know? Um, and to anybody who has chatted with me in the past on a dating app and knows about this podcast and watches my podcast, um, hello. Sorry if I called you out. Yeesh. Okay. Um, but yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that's just gonna be the end. That's the end of my story for today. Um, next episode is I have written down that I'm planning on talking about situationships because I just feel like that's the next thing after dating apps is situationships because I feel like we all can relate to that. And then we'll go into relationships. But this is going to be a step by step process because I didn't want to just cram it all into one episode because it would have just been a ton of word vomit and it just wouldn't be good for anybody. So stay tuned for the next couple episodes. They'll be fun. They'll be they'll be good. Um okay. Well, thanks for hanging out with me again. Norman passed out, so he couldn't hang, but I'm glad you did. So, thanks for watching again, and I guess until our next chat.